Alright, welcome back to another video. When I was putting in my stereo, my driver's side cup holder, it's never really worked accurately. So today I wanted to just pop that trim piece off, pull that guy out and have a look. See if I can't, I think I'm going to pull both of them off because they got that rubber coating. I'm going to remove that and then possibly paint it gloss black. So I'll show you what I'm dealing with and we'll go from there. Alright, what I got is a functional passenger side. Look at that, it comes out so smooth, so nice. And a typical non-functioning driver's side. So pretty simple. Get the pry tool back behind there. It's got two like metal guides that slide into little guides there, and then two little clips on either end. So we'll see if we can't pull this thing off, and I think that's got that rubber coating on it. Maybe we'll, I don't know, I haven't decided because that's in good condition, so for the most part. So we'll look at that over on the bench. I'm gonna pop this off and we'll go from there. So just like last time, mine got this little guide got stuck in here, but it's got a little channel. And another thing to kind of remember, for some reason, I think they make plastic in Germany out of candy canes, so it's super brittle. It just snaps. Two Phillips, pull them off. I was looking at this, and apparently the guy previous to me, from all the things that I've reversed or redone on this car, I don't think he was very handy. I know he wasn't handy, and I know it was a guy because they told me. Anyways, looks like he's picked and picked and picked and picked away at this to try to get this released rather than replace it. These are like 30 to 40 bucks. They're not expensive. I'm just bored tonight, so, and I noticed, or I thought about doing it last time, but I was a little apprehensive. But today I don't really give a shit, so excuse the French. I'm thinking I'm gonna take all the little plastic rubberized, whatever the heck they put on these, off and then just paint them, but we'll see. Alright, so I got just an assortment of things. Hopefully you can see those. And then we're gonna just start picking away at this thing. Why? Because we can. See if we can't get it to pop loose here. Oh, I'm hearing something. Positive sounds. Positive sounds. Okay, get that side away. I think the key is not to re-engage those when you're doing the other side. Which I'm not making any promises, so I'll probably do that, but we'll try our best not to. Alright, we carefully did both sides. 1, 2, 3, 4 on that side. 1, 2, 3, 4 on that side. And it just popped out. Just like that. Get those, boom. What do we got in here? It's the inside of a AR-15 or AK-47 magazine, looks like, just in case you were curious. And I don't know. That don't look like it's right to me. Can't pop him out. Figure out what's going on here. Oh, I already broke that. Broke it. Broke that part. Alright. How's this sucker coming out? Boy, it looks rusty too. Alright, that's under zero tension. Boom, just like that. And mine's looking a little rusty. Oh, but I did soak this in the sink in hot water, thinking, you know, there's a bunch of coffee stuck in it or or whatnot, but it's like a roll-out spring, so I'm gonna assume. And then there's a gear thingy right here. Smell that coffee. How is this sucker? Ooh, okay. 2 tabs right there. 2 tabs. That slides out. Look at this pervert. Smell my nuts. Smell my nuts for you, little pervert. I'm spitting everywhere, dude. Looks like just kind of lever these up, but you want to be careful because it feels like I'm going to break them. So I'm going to do that very delicately off of camera. So I just wanted to add, I noticed in a few of my other videos when I was editing them, my dog comes up and I don't acknowledge him. So I'm going to work on that, you know, it's important. You got to acknowledge those little creatures. All right, so I learned something there. You see those 2 little tabs? 1, 2. I put my flathead in there and I just raised the center up. Well, then it was binding up on something. So I noticed this little gear inside here was binding up. So I popped that guy off and then boom, there you go. So I'm inspecting this thing and it's like busted right here. Where this guy is supposed to focus, seat in there. Mine's like busted. So it's only got one of the retaining. You probably can't see that, which sucks. It's only got one of their retaining things on it. So, I don't know. I think I'm going to bend that thing back, hook it on there, and see what happens. I could probably build that up with some epoxy, but I'm going to try to bend this thing ever so gently. I think I say that quite a bit, but bend him. Oh. Seems like it's thin, maybe brittle, but I don't know. I think it's letting me get away with bending it. No heat, just cold. How far do I have to bend that? Probably all the way back. Maybe I'll break it, but we like to show everything on this channel. Oh! Yeah, I just broke it. Did I? Pretty sure I broke it, but wants to break, one of the two. Yeah, so yeah, I pretty much just broke that. But that's all right, you know, we're gonna figure it out. BMW engineering. Let me figure out how I'm gonna do that now. All right. So what I'm gradually doing, I'm trying to convince this thing that it wants to be straight. So I'm just playing it easy, and then I cut out 2 little tabs, trimming those off with some metal shears that I have, and we're gonna make a new little latch. All right, what I did. Kind of see that against the contrast. I didn't want to make the main bend like right on that edge, because then that's why it snapped last time. So I kind of just went down it, bending it gradually each time, and then pinching it here and here and here. And oh my God, he's an engineer. No, little common sense, and it seems like it's gonna hook in there. Gonna hook in there just fine. I'm gonna bend this a little bit more, and you gotta remember the track is gonna hold it kind of up against this. You know what I mean? But you want that pull away. You want it bent more for the pull away factor. Bent more for the pull out game. Get it? Also, what I'm trying to do is get that straight, so that way it rides along the channel better. It's not wanting to curl back, so that'll help it stick in there too. Alright, so I made it a little bit straighter, and then I got the angle that I needed. Don't know if I trust it, but we're gonna give it a try. Alright, seems to be working. Until it doesn't work, but I might modify it even further. This is just a temporary fix. I'll buy a new one, but I'm just super bored tonight. All right, I'm sure there's other ways to do this. I just mixed up some 2-part epoxy, my little thingy over there, and I put some on this side and some on the other side here. So we're gonna let that dry, and obviously, guys, we can just buy a new one of these. I'll clean it up and run it until I make another order on parts, and I'll order a brand new one. While that epoxy's drying, I'm gonna clean up the front part here, and then I'm just slightly greasing some of these parts. Just using this loosey goosey. It's WD-40, but just calling it different. Grease up some of these parts, and then I'll use my spit, because I'm spitting everywhere. I'll use some lithium grease for the little bearings and rollers and whatnot. Alright, so I had some Scotch-Brite. I made pretty light work out of that rubber coating. I'm not finished yet, but it has some heavy scoring from whoever before trying to pick this thing so it came out so they could put their drink in it. So I got some 240 grit. I'm just knocking that down. I mean, they're not going to be perfect, right? We're just trying to save them, because if it's still functional and you can make it look better, then it's a win-win. Just going to clean it up with some Windex and a brush. Get all the old, someone else's old crap out of it. Why not? We have it apart. And we'll dry it off, mask off that front portion, and paint it. Alright, that worked perfectly. This epoxy is clear. 2-part epoxy. This thing ain't going anywhere. So, works fine for a temporary fix. I'm going to grease these up, and then I painted these. So obviously we need to let that dry fully, and then I'll wet sand it with like 2000 grit and then clear coat it. It'll be perfect. So we'll probably wet sand those tomorrow when they're fully dry. We're gonna put a little bit of this super lube, just a little bit in the gears here. All right, so I'm gonna put that part in there. I put that super lube on here, and I was running it out back and forth, and it slipped out of my fucking hand, snapped, shot off across the room, broken again. Dang it. So we're going to repeat process all over again. All right. I ain't gonna lie. I tried a few other things. And they weren't working, you know? And then I got to thinking, and I came up with that. I just cut it at an angle, and it pretty much mimics the other fitment, right? Because there was just a slight bend here, and that's how they got away with it. And I think this is heat treated and then rolled out, and so that's where the memory comes from. Anyways, if you come in through the front and then get your hook, get that in there, and then it peels in the back, and it's pressing against the inside there, so it's not really gonna come out. So this design worked for me. I just used some metal shears, made my edge cuts and then my 2 straight cuts, and it doesn't put any bend on the metal. This metal's brittle, so it just snaps right off. So that seems to be what's gonna work for me. Hopefully you can see what I'm talking about there. It presses against the front forward portion, so it's not going anywhere, which is pretty cool. Paint's on them. Gonna let them dry, and then we'll reassemble and reinstall. I used some citrus paint remover to get that rubberized coating off. I'm probably gonna use it on my steering wheel where it's all messed up. So here's what I used. Like in minutes, the rubberized coating was raised up and you could just wipe it off. So I got this at Walmart, I believe, but you can pretty much get it anywhere, I think. Well, here it is put back together. It looks really good. I did not clear coat the upper portion, just across the top there, but I did the door trims on either side, so I figured it's like a 2K clear coat. I figured I'd throw that on there. This one obviously is still a temporary fix. It does not function every single time perfectly, but it does function way more than it did. It'll actually come out. You just got to tap on it a few times and it comes out. So all in all, I think it came together really well, but I will replace that. So my main goal was to get the rubberized coating off and paint it gloss black. I think this interior was the silver. I just think it looks way better, and the paint holds up incredible compared to wrap. When I wrapped it, it kind of comes off on the edges, and along here is not very clean. This way it's just painted. It's super clean. Everything looks good. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. This was really not a big deal. Just something I wanted to do to the car. Something I've been wanting to do. Like I said a few times, I'm obviously going to get a new one of those, and then I'll paint the face and all that stuff. But I think it came out really, really good, and it's just little small touches to make the car different. So please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.